Assalamu alaikum, bro. Man, your last intimacy episode was really good. I really like that one. It was it was funny. You were like her legs were like a vice grip. That's hella funny. But yeah.
What up, y'all? Man, Abuamerican here with a question from a brother about stepchildren. But before we continue, syndicate discord.com, get over there, sign up. Don't just sign up and then end up with the tag lurker, because if you sign up and you don't upgrade, that's what we call you. We call you a lurker. You are a lurker. It's not a positive thing. So make sure you sign up. It's never going to be cheaper than it is right now. Once the price goes up, it stays up. That's it. So then you're going to be mad later on, like talking about Abuamerican messaging me on Twitter and Instagram. Can I get in at the original price? No, we ain't going back. We're not running discounts. Make sure you get in now and you stay in at that price as long as you stay with us. But if you leave and come back, you come back at the higher price. So get in now. Next off, this question has to do with stepchildren. Now, I made the single mother stack, basically for brothers out here marrying single mothers, because I have done it. So this is not covered in the single mother stack, but I'm going to throw this in here, and I might add like an addendum, or how is it called? Like an additive on it to like cover something like this, like a supplement on it. So let's get into this brother's question about being a step parent. So he says, Assalamu alaikum, bro. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. How are you doing? Inshallah, alhamdulillah, I'm well, always. Barakallahu feek. Hope you and your family are doing well, and I wish the same to you. Ya akhi kareem, barakallahu feek. I want to consult you about personal stuff, brothers, and I am asking you because you seem to be one of the most mature brothers around me, and I trust your judgment. Barakallahu feek, jazakallah khair. That means a lot. I hope I give you a good and solid answer. And most of you know that if I can't give you an answer, I will go and speak to our brothers who have knowledge, Islamic knowledge, and I'll ask them, and then I'll come back later. Usually I respond in private with those, but not videos. But anywho, let's continue. My wife had kids from a previous marriage. Fine. Her husband died when the kids were young, and I always raised them since they have only been alone for a year. Okay, so she's a widow, and she has kids from that marriage. We now have an issue with their 18-year-old half brother because the guy wants to have them on the phone, meaning he wants to communicate with them, meaning his kids. So the half brother, that's the child from the mother, from the dead husband, and this 18-year-old child wants to communicate with his child that he had, or his children that he had with the wife after marrying her, after her iddah and everything from the death of her husband. The kid has been disrespectful to me in the past. He insulted me and my dad, and even insulted my wife. He never properly excused himself in front of me. This is a problem. The kid is a thug, a drug addict, and has been prosecuted in the past, and he is sinning all the time. Sorry, this is small, so it's hard. You guys know I read faster, but this is small from the distance I'm reading at the other screen, so excuse me. And he's sinning all the time. In the past, he went against my wife's education, did things with the kids against her will, and asked them to hide it from their mom. For this reason, I refuse that this kid contacts his brothers for 3 reasons. I'm the one raising them, and he insulted me. My wife and dad, he is a bad model for them. I don't trust him to respect and comply with our education. This kid insists on saying that he won't want to meet them, but only wants to have them on the phone. And even though I don't want it because I think it's a slipping slope, what? It is a slipping rope, and I don't want to open the door. I think you mean slippery slope, bro. Now the issue is that my wife still has unsolved business with that family. They are co-owners of 2 apartments with them, and she still receives rent every month that she needs to share with his mom, and so forth. She is scared that my decision could cause fitna and makes problems for me. It makes problems. As for me, even if she lost the rent because of that, I don't care because I have enough resources to take care of her needs. I refuse to compromise on something related to my kids' education only for some money or to avoid some dispute with people that are in the wrong from an Islamic point of view. What do you think of my decision? Am I right to refuse to let the kid call his brothers? Should I comply with the request to avoid fitna? Jazakallah khair. Okay, so bro, you're 100% in the right. I mean, he's shown a consistent pattern of behavior. So there's no reason to not infer from his pattern of behavior that he's not going to continue on this and actually teach it to your children. Why wouldn't he? It's obvious if there's disrespect. What's his intention? I don't know. What's the closeness so we have no context on the closeness between the children. Why does he want to contact children if he's not living there? You see what I mean? It seems like he wants to teach them his methodology of disrespect. That's what it seems like. Now, obviously, we want to have husnul done, but it's kind of hard to if he's been convicted, he's on drugs, he's sinning constantly and all this type of stuff. You know, as the Sahaba used to say, if people suspect you or if they're suspicious of you, then blame yourself, you know, meaning you're doing something that causes the people to be suspicious. And this is from a time when people had husnul done all the time and to the best of their ability. So I don't think your decision's wrong. What you can do is the following to try and now let's get to your wife. For whatever reason, the money is important to your wife in terms of the rent that's coming from this business that they have. So she wants the money. And obviously, she's looking at the situation. She understands the situation, meaning the kid is trouble. He's a problem. You don't want that problem. And you're completely correct. You don't want to allow an outside influence, especially one this close. He's family. That means his influence is going to be stronger than another influence. You don't want him having that negative impact potentially on their personality and their behavior. Your wife is not thinking clearly for whatever reason. She's weighing the money and the potential problems that could arise, that more kids might turn out like him, or she's not seeing the problems. Don't take this the wrong way, or the story you've given me is misconstrued in a way that it's like, okay, she's seeing the story one way, you're seeing the story another way. So it could be that you're giving me a biased story also. But let's go with you're being truthful. I have no reason to suspect that you're not being truthful, and I trust your judgment on this. So for whatever reason, she's not seeing this clearly. She's not seeing the potential harm mixed together with the income that she's getting. So the solution here for you is that you can say, okay, you can call the kids. I'm going to give you this here, but they're supervised calls. There's under no circumstances, they have to call using your number, right? So you call when I'm present, we're on speakerphone, and you can talk to the kids. If anything goes sideways, you have control of the situation. Say, hey, look, you know what? This is not something, I don't like the direction this conversation is going. That's the end of the call. Supervised phone calls. He either takes it or leave it. There's no reason why anybody in the family should oppose this. From her family to her, and obviously for you, this is a good solution, right? You control the situation by having supervised calls. If he's sincere about wanting to contact his siblings, then supervised calls are fine, right? I call my daughter. I have an ex in London. I call my daughter. Whether there's somebody there or not, when I call her, I don't care. I want to talk to my daughter. Supervise the calls. Go ahead. My intentions are pure. Talking to my daughter. She's my child. I want to talk to her. So if you want to talk to your siblings and you're sincere about just communicating with them only, then khalas. What would you refuse supervised calls for? So there's your solution, inshallah. If he doesn't accept it, then you have even more reason to doubt the sincerity of why he wants to speak to them. It's like, why would you want to speak to them unsupervised? Either you want to talk to him or you don't. Do you want to talk to him? Yes. Okay, you're not going to say anything crazy? Well, no. Well, okay, then why would you be worried about me being in on the call? Not the wife, your wife, the widow. No. Or she can be there also, but you absolutely need to be there. Because it would seem that if the story is as clear as you make it, somewhere along the lines, her reasoning is compromised for whatever reason. Supervised calls, inshallah. If they refuse, then you're going to have to refuse and let the chips fall where they fall. Then say, hey, look, you know what? I made an offer. I tried to meet you halfway. These are my reasons as to why I don't want him communicating directly with the children, unsupervised. But I'm willing to compromise on that. And this is the compromise. And if they can't accept that, that's completely reasonable. That's a completely reasonable compromise right there. And if after time, listen, even I'm such a flexible dude. Even after some time, let's say a year, because if he's been convicted of crimes and is on drugs, that's a big deal. That's nothing small. Not even for non-Muslims is that something small. But for Muslims, imagine how much bigger that is. We know. But I'm even willing to go further and say, hey, look, if you can prove yourself after a year of consistent calls, a year, and you're not saying anything dodgy, I'm willing to go like, partially on potentially speaking to them unsupervised. And that's just to maybe, hopefully, inspire him to try and be better. If he's sincerely, trying to improve himself. Some people aren't trying to improve themselves. They're perfectly happy as who they are with the problems that they have, because they don't see their problems as problems. They don't see a need to fix it. But if he's actually trying to fix himself and trying to be better, then this gives him inspiration to try harder. Because if it's important to him to talk to them unsupervised, then prove that you're worthy of speaking to them unsupervised. But right now, you're convicted of crimes, you're on drugs, you're always sinning, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're disrespectful, you never apologized. I find this all problematic. That's completely reasonable. And if he can't accept a completely reasonable offer like that, then you have to at this point question the sincerity. You can't cut the hearts of the people open and look what's inside of it. You don't know if he's sincere or not. But if he's sincere and he just wants to talk to them because he misses his siblings, then he'll jump on this immediately. Inshallah. All right, this is your man, Abuamerican. I hope that answered your question. Bro, you know how to contact me. If it didn't, I'm out.